Hello, my name is ABS Malarkey, and welcome back to Stanley Parable. I'm starting right where we left off, and holy moly, I don't know how to get out of this place. So, I guess I'm stuck here? What's this? Early button sounds. Huh. I just want to leave. Well, maybe we'll find something new while we leave, so I didn't want to, like, find a way out before ending it, you know what I mean? Ooh, this is new. Sending! Don't tell me! This looks like something that we had, an ending that we have not had yet, and I don't want. I don't want to look at that if that's an ending we haven't done yet. What's this? That's the crate thing, the cargo lift, yeah. How do I get out? I don't want to look at this ending here. It's not good. We'll know what's going on. Exit. Beautiful. The Stanley Parable. Great game.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
This is a deep game.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Not this again.
Press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
No! Now I'm dead, for real. Well then. 'Twas quite the game. Alright, well, we're going to continue. I said last time that we were going to go down the stairs, and I remember this because it was only like 5 seconds ago. I think we're going to go down the stairs instead of going up the stairs to Boss's office. So let's try that this time. Hello? Game? Hold on a minute. I will edit this together. I think I'm gonna close and reopen our game. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so let's just say, so let's say was, yeah.
Hello, and welcome back. Make sure it's recording. Guess we're gonna try this again. Let's go. That was weird, by the way. The black thing. What was that? What was that? What was that? Seriously. Seriously. I guess the game broke. Maybe we died. Who knows anymore? I really just don't. I'm not paying attention to
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I could skip this. We've seen that. The very first episode, if you want to see it. By the way, if you haven't seen any episodes, what the heckles are you doing here, man? Go see the first ones. Ow. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah,
What could
blah,
it mean?
blah, blah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
You're new
room.
to this, go
Perhaps
check
he
out
had
the
simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I missed a memo, whatever. Let's get to the new stuff.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
What happens if
he
I go
entered
to
the
the right
door
one?
and this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
I mean, what
well.
happens if we go to the right one and
Perhaps
go
he
back
wanted
on
to
track?
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth
Yes,
the detour
what a
after all,
wonderful room. Let's
just to
go.
spend a few moments here in this immaculate. But eager to get back to business,
That's right.
Stanley took the
Back to
first open
business.
door on his left.
That's right, back to business. Ooh, back on track.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
That's the back on track right there, but there's an elevator here. We're gonna do that next episode. We're gonna continue with the stairs. Now we know this is here. It's great.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let's go. Down the stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I decided to go down. You're not gonna say anything about the fact that I didn't follow directions? Alright, whatever, let's go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Yeah,
and
I
in
know,
such a
right?
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
Wait.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Why?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
Yeah.
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
These are all the same.
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
I'm dreaming!
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Not at all.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may
Yeah.
as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Right.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Wait.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and
Wait.
it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
Yeah.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
Why hadn't I asked myself?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Good question.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to
What a
all people in
paradox.
their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
What?
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
I
that
must
this
prove it.
was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently,
Yes.
and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Yeah.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
Yes.
I want my apartment,
I
and
want
my
my
wife,
apartment.
and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Oh, I want that back.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Yes.
I am okay.
I am still Stanley, and I am okay. God!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Oh,
I have to.
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I guess she's gonna be employee number 427. Marielle. I want to play as Marielle. Please, let me play as Marielle. Well, we'll see what happens. There's files everywhere again. I guess this happens when I'm crazy? When I do something nuts? Anyway. I have been ABS Malarkey. That was interesting. This is a very deep game. I like it a lot though. I do. I really do. This is crazy. I want to keep playing. What episode are we on? 6? 5 or 6? Probably 6. I'm guessing 6. But next time we're gonna go down that elevator that we saw before. So thank you all for watching. My name is ABS Malarkey. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.